One, this is Nicholas Blake with Talk Point Thursday. It's not Thursday, it is Wednesday, but it is New Year's Eve. That's right, we are live coming to you from Florida with our New Year's Eve spectacular. Gonna tag some people on in here, start with a prayer, and then I gotta explain why we're going live now and not later on tonight. There's a few reasons why. I will get to that, but I'm going to start tagging some people on in here now, and we'll get started. So here we go. This is the last live of 2025. Next time you see me live will be tomorrow for Talk Point Thursday, January 1st, 2026. But until then, we got one last show for you, and this will be an hour long, by the way. Just one more minute. Just about done here, and then we will begin. I always forget one or two people here. All right, I'm going to start off with that. And I apologize if I forgot to tag you. And also, if I did tag you and you don't want to be tagged, just let me know. Let's start with our opening prayer, and then we're going to begin. Dear Lord God, I thank you for this day. I thank you for this year. There's been many blessings. There's been also many heartaches. But you've been with us through those heartaches, Lord. Lord God, just be with everybody watching this live, everybody watching the replay. Be with everybody at the end of this year as we're closing out. And let everybody have an even better year in 2026. Let's make this the best year of all, Lord. We love you, we praise you, we thank you. We give you all the praise and the glory. In your name, amen and amen. Alrighty. So, as of right now, I don't see anybody on in here. This is going to be a 1 hour live. I did get started a couple minutes late. Hold on 1 second. I have a message I got to respond to. 1 minute. All right. Just one of my friends messaging me. We are live, so I never know what's going to happen, just like you never know what's going to happen. Aha. There we go. Tanya Blake, my admin / wife. She's here. And anybody watching this on Facebook right now live, thank you for being here. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. And if you're on YouTube, you are watching the replay. And I would ask to subscribe to our channel. If you could put that down there, Tanya, that would be great. Our YouTube channel, Talk Point Thursday. We're going to be starting Talk Point Sunday this Sunday. We're going to be starting Talk Point Sunday. I know we'll be live on Facebook. I don't know if we'll be live on YouTube. Yesterday, we were up to 40 subscribers. We only needed 10 more. When I woke up today, it said 39 subscribers, and that happens. It's actually happened to me once before. I think we had hit 20 subscribers or something, and then the next day it was 19. That happens. Sometimes people subscribe, they listen to you, they're not interested, it's not their thing, and then they unsubscribe. So that's okay. We aren't going to make the 50 subscribers by the end of this year. That was one of our goals. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't even really say that. I shouldn't say we're not going to, because technically we still got 10 hours left of 2025. Hey, there could be some type of miracle, and it would have to be a miracle, honestly. But I could get 11 subscribers between now and midnight. Why not? Why couldn't I? So I guess it's still out there as a possibility, but more than likely not. But you know what? I have that faith the size of a mustard seed that if we did hit 50 by the end of the day, it wouldn't surprise me, because you know what? That would be Jesus just working his miracles. But yes, Talk Point Thursday. If you can subscribe, again, it's free. We're going to be starting Talk Point Sunday, this Sunday coming up, January 4th. Not going to, some people do, when they have a new show or whatever, they start at the whole different channel, and I was thinking about it, but then I'm like, well, if I do that, then I got to start from scratch, with subscribers and all that other stuff. And so it's just going to be added to this channel. It's still going to be Talk Point Thursday, but it's also going to be Talk Point Thursday and Talk Point Sunday. So the name that you have down there, Talk Point Thursday, we might be changing it, but it will still be the same channel, just under a different name. And if or when I do that, I will announce that immediately. And like my wife says, any ideas for topics, feel free to message my wife or myself, whichever one you want, and we'll see if we can incorporate that into a new topic to talk about. Sometimes we repeat topics. If say somebody didn't see the show that week, or sometimes it's good just to talk about it more. I think I've done the power of prayer more than once, which that should be redone, because sometimes we have our doubts, and kind of like when I said we're not going to get 50 subscribers. I'm basically saying it's not going to happen. More than likely it won't happen, but hey, if God wants it to happen, it's going to happen. But even if we don't hit the 50 subscribers by midnight, that's okay. Okay, I think I went out for a minute there. It was swirling, and it said poor internet connection. Am I back, Tanya? And how's the sound and picture? More than likely, the words are not matching up with my voice. I'm aware of this. My old phone I had when I fell a while back, the other phone broke. That was the phone that I used all the time that worked really good. Once in a blue moon, we had an issue, but it wasn't a common thing. Every time I go live, I've been having... Okay. It just happened again. If you could let me know, yes, you are, and you sound good. All right, did I cut in and out a couple of times? Because I got a swirly thing on my screen, and it said trying to reconnect and saying I wasn't close enough to the router. I'm in the same spot I am every week. And there's, it's not bad weather, so, should be working fine. But as long as you guys can hear me, that's the main thing. Like I said, we are live for an hour, so that's why I'm kind of taking my time. Hold on, I'm just checking out my other phone here. Okay. So I see it has 2 on. So far, I only see Tanya talking. If you hop on, if you just prefer listening, that's fine too. But if you want, feel free to say hello. What state you're from. You doing anything for the new year? Did you have goals this year that you didn't meet, or did you have goals this year that you did meet and get? Do you have any resolutions? Now's the time to talk about all that stuff, because like I said, we're live for an hour. Oh, and before I continue on to anything else, yes, you did, but you're good. Okay. Before I continue on to anything else, why are we not going live tonight at 11? Well, there's a few factors. Okay. I didn't think of this before when I've been announcing we'll go live at 11. We'll watch the ball drop, from Times Square in New York. I was going to put it on New Year's Rockin' Eve. It used to be Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, but Ryan Seacrest does it now. And I was going to do that. But you see how I always do my lives outside? We have a cold front coming in. It's cold now, but it's going to get even colder around that time tonight. So that means I would have to do the live inside, but I've never done a live before inside here, so I don't know how the reception would be. It might be better. We'll test it one day. It might be worse. I really don't know. That's one reason. The other reason, too, I wasn't thinking, all right, I'd be live on Facebook and then not live on YouTube unless I were to hit 50 subscribers. Then I would be, but I would definitely be live on Facebook. And Facebook, you can't play a lot of music in the background, because if you do, because of copyrights and everything, they'll stop your video or delete the video, or my live will just end or whatever. And I happen to know from past years, from 11 to midnight, there's going to be a lot of bands playing, and celebrities singing and the whole 9 yards. So I can't really show the New Year's Rockin' Eve from Times Square from 11 to midnight because it wouldn't allow the video to go through. And then not only that, I was thinking, well, I'm not really going to have too much of an audience, because most people are A, going to be sleeping, or B, they spend time with their family and friends, C, they're out, going out to dinner, going to the movies, going to be in. I said to myself, you know what? I'll just do the New Year's Eve thing now. That way, later on tonight, if you're sleeping, you're not going to miss anything. Or if you want to spend time with your family, like me, I was talking to my wife and we decided, you know what? Last hour of the year, okay, I think I went out for a minute there. So it was saying trying to reconnect and stuff. You know what? It's probably because I bet you a lot of people are doing lives today on Facebook, more so today than any other day. So it's just the system is just, an overload. That's the only thing I can think of. It's just a lot of people going on. Because like I said, there's not bad weather here. And let's see. My signal is good. Hold on one second. Yep. My signal is good. So I hope I didn't lose anybody. I'm still here. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. The last hour of the year, me and my wife are just going to spend it together, watching New Year's Rockin' Eve and watching the ball drop and bringing in the new year together. And, it's time to spend with family and friends and all that other stuff. So between that, the weather, not really people going to be on anyways. And, stuff like that. I just figured do it now. Plus me and Tanya has some errands we got to run real quick. So we're just going to not be doing the New Year's Eve spectacular tonight from 11 to 12. We're doing it now. Still an hour. The only thing is we won't be showing the ball drop, obviously, because it isn't time yet. But I encourage you to watch the ball drop, especially if you've never seen it. You know what I mean? I forget how many people. I think they said they're estimating anywhere between 500,000 up to 1 million people in Times Square. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be there. Not with all those people. Not in that. I think it's cold here. It's even colder there. I think they even have snow on the ground there, if I'm not mistaken. So, this year they're supposed to be doing something special, I heard. I guess they're dropping the ball. And then when it hits the bottom, I heard something about it raising back up and then going back down or something like that. And it looks like the American flag or something to do with the 250th year, I believe, of the United States, something like that. All right. Hold on, I see. Hold on one second. Hi, Deb. So yeah, that's why we're not doing it tonight. We're doing it now. I don't know who's on. I know my wife Tanya's on. I've seen Deb. I don't know if she's still here or not, because right now it's showing me no one's on the top. I know that's not always accurate. It says I've been live for, almost 20 minutes already. Well, I've just been rambling on about whatever, We're used to doing, 20, 30-minute, sometimes 40-minute lives. There was one day we did do almost an hour. Depends on the topic and stuff like that. Today's topic, and tomorrow's topic too, is basically, in the comments, you want to write down comment any New Year's resolutions, things you want to accomplish in 2026, things that you did accomplish in 2025, or even, even things you want to accomplish but you didn't. Like me, I wanted to accomplish 50 subscribers by the end of 2025, and right now it doesn't look like I'm going to do that. So, but like I said before, never give up and just keep swimming. We didn't hit it by the end of the year. That's fine. We got it all next year, don't we? I'm here, just lost signal for a little bit, but I am back. Okay. I don't know why it's the only thing I can think of why it's doing this today is there's probably a lot more people that usually do lives and stuff like that. A lot of them like to come on, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, special holidays and stuff like that to do like a special live or whatever. I bet you it's just a lot of people on Facebook doing lives right now and the system's just overloaded. And that can happen. So, if you hear any noise in the background, there is a gun range not too far from here. So a lot of times you hear gunshots. I wouldn't be surprised though tonight hearing fireworks. We don't have any. We don't have any, but that's okay. There's plenty of fireworks that you can watch on TV. Like I said, we're watching New Year's Rockin' Eve. And probably a good time. Like I said, you can comment if you want to about any New Year's resolutions you have, ones you've had in the past and did not meet, things you wanted to do in 2025 but didn't, things you wanted to do and did. Any of those, anything you want to say, go right ahead. I guess I'm just going to talk about my past resolutions and new ones and stuff like that. Over the years, I've been a smoker. I've been smoking now for like 25 years, and I'm not proud of it. I wish I never started. I would have saved a lot of money, and my health would probably be a lot better. I don't know if you hear that raspiness in my voice. It's from smoking. I do have COPD. I do have asthma. And you would think, hello, McFly, hello. Look what smoking's doing to you. It's hurting your wallet, and, it's making you sick and all this other stuff. But yet I still smoke. I pray about it all the time. And I don't know. I just don't have that willpower, I guess. It's like, well, I've been smoking 25 years. Even if I quit now, the damage has been done. Yeah, there might be some damage done, but you want to know what? If I stop now, I can prevent any future damage from being done. Have I? No. So that's something that I would like to accomplish in 2026. I've said it before in the past, over the last 25 years, I think. And longest I ever went, I went 3 months years ago. I went 3 months without smoking a cigarette. And then one day I was walking to the grocery store. Anybody knows anything about Connecticut and Plainfield? I used to work at the Better Value in Plainfield. And I bumped into a buddy of mine. And he was smoking a cigarette. And he's like, do you want a cigarette? And I'm like, well, sure, why not? What's one cigarette, Guess what? I was buying a pack of cigarettes that night. And not only that, but before I quit for those 3 months, I was smoking around a pack a day. When I started back up, I started smoking around 2 packs a day. Like I was making up for lost time or something. I don't know. But I don't smoke 2 packs a day anymore, thank God. I smoke, depends on the day. Not gonna lie, I have smoked over a pack a day. But on average now, I smoke around about a pack a day. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. you know. But that's definitely one of the resolutions that I want to do um, for New Year's. And um, I did in the past say I wanted to lose weight, and I have. That actually is something I have accomplished. Um, I weighed about 210 pounds a couple of years back, and last time I got weighed, I weighed about 185. Um, but a lot of that, I think, was I take Ozempic. I don't know if you ever heard of that. Diabetics use it. People that want to lose weight use it. And it kind of has helped me in both ways. It's helped me with my diabetes, and it's also helped me lose weight. I see a lot of things all the time about how Ozempic is bad with this and that. And, you know, it depends on the person. When I first started taking Ozempic, I was on the lowest level, uh, 0.1 or whatever, or 0.5 or whatever they call it. Then I got raised to 1, and it was working really good. So, like, okay, maybe we'll raise it to 2 and see how that goes. Maybe it'll work even better. When I got raised up to 2, I started having every side effect in the book. I was dizzy, lightheaded, constipation, you name it, I had it. So they brought me back down to 1, and everything was fine. So, you know, I know some people that can't take it at all. I know some people that can handle the higher dose, and others, they can only handle the lowest dose. I'm in the middle. So that's one thing I have accomplished is losing weight. Um, being close and being close to the Lord, to Jesus, you know, years and years and years ago, you know, I went to church, but then the rest of the week I didn't really, you know, then I went to church, and then the rest of the week, then I went back to church. In other words, the only time I was really serving God is when I went to church, and then the rest of the week I wasn't, you know. And then there was a time where I stopped going to church, and nothing, no pray, no read the Bible, no nothing. And my life was just going downhill like you wouldn't believe, just with everything, you know. And then I kind of went back and forth, you know, type deal. And now I can honestly say, for some reason, ever since we have moved down here to Florida, my faith in God has significantly increased. My love for the Lord has significantly increased. All I'm going to say is this: all those years I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, those years are done. Because now I've finally settled to what I want to do. And that's have Jesus Christ in my life. That's serving Jesus Christ, telling others about Jesus Christ, and coming on here, you know, and talking about Jesus Christ. So that's another thing, you know. So, you know, there's bad, like I said, with the cigarettes stuff, and then there's good, you know, with Jesus Christ, and, you know, putting him first and losing the weight and everything. So, you know, I have stuff to be thankful for, you know, a lot more thankful for than some people. Some people out there, they're homeless. I'm not homeless. They don't have warm clothes to wear. I do have warm clothes to wear. Or they don't have the medicines they need because they don't have health insurance or whatever. I have that. So I'm very grateful. And you want to know something? Even if you don't have any of that or a part of that or whatever, waking up, opening your eyes each day, that's a blessing. Because some people go to sleep and then there is no next day. Every day you wake up is a blessing. And we should be thankful for that and that alone. And I'm grateful for that, because I'll tell you what, all the years that I have abused my body, and what I mean by abuse my body is, you know, when I became diabetic at the age of 19, not taking any medicines, not going to see the doctor, no exercise, eating and drinking whatever I wanted to. And I don't mean drinking as in alcohol. I mean drinking as in, so regular soda and milkshakes and iced coffees with 100,000 scoops of sugar in it. I'm exaggerating on that. It's only 99,000, but no, I'm joking. But you understand what I'm saying? I have abused myself so much. The fact that I'm alive, especially my eyes, I almost went blind. But because of laser surgeries, eye injections, cataract surgeries, you name it, I have probably had it. I see now better now than I've ever seen in my entire life. The only time I need these is for like reading the comments here or whatever. And speaking of comments, I haven't really seen anybody really comment on here. It's still showing 0 up top, which doesn't mean anything. There could be 100 people watching me now and it might say 0 up top because it's not accurate. It's not accurate. Aunt Sandy, I believe, is watching. Happy New Year's Eve to you. Happy New Year's. I hope all is well. Sorry if I keep checking my phone. All right. I'm not used to being live for an hour. So it's like, okay, I hope more people pop on here so I have somebody to talk to. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, so 2025. Has this been a good year for you? I don't know. Only you know. And the Lord knows. If it's been a good year, a bad year, or a year, I would say, oh, hold on one second. I see a message from my Aunt Sandy. Yes, Aunt Sandy is on. I'm unable to text because of my mom. So I'm trying this voice message system. It may destroy what I'm trying to say. Hope you have a happy new year. Will not be on tonight. More than likely be in bed with ice packs on my arms. Happy New Year's to both of you guys. We love you and God bless. Love you guys too. God bless. And I'm not going to be on tonight at 11. That's why I'm live now. I had explained when I came on, it's going to be bitter cold tonight, the weather. Not only that, I was going to show New Year's Rockin' Eve. You know the one Dick Clark used to do? Now it's Ryan Seacrest. Well, I was going to take my phone, and aim it at the television, and, we'd be able to talk and everything, and at the same time watch what was going on in Times Square the last hour. Then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, there's going to be a lot of music being played, a lot of celebrities singing, bands and everything else. Facebook's going to flag me because of copyrights. They'll end my video or whatever. So I'm like, I can't do that, And I'm like, most people are going to be doing stuff with family, friends at Times Square, watching this, doing that. I'm like, you know what? I'll just do it now because the last hour of 2026, I mean, I'm getting a year ahead of myself. The last hour of 2025, I'm going to be with my wife, our roommate, and our animals, our fur babies. And ringing in the new year this year. So, I pray for your arm, that it gets better. By your stripes, we are healed. Yes. It's good to see you, though. All right. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, I'm sorry about tonight's show not happening. I was trying to say arm, not mom. Oh, okay. I was like, what? But having trouble doing this voicemail. If I'm not clear with my vocabulary, sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, so you were trying to say arm, not mom. Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, mom. I'm like, you're a Miller. I'm like, she passed away a long time ago. That's what I thought. And I'm like, what? So you meant arm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, when you said mom accidentally and everything, I was thinking of Graham Miller, and I'm like, wow, she's been gone for a long time now. I don't remember when, but it's been quite a while. She was a very, very, very nice lady, beautiful lady, and I know she's in heaven right now. And one day we'll meet again. You know. Um, so how are we doing on time here? All right, we got about 20 minutes left. I'm going to keep my word. We're staying on here for an hour, even if I'm just talking to myself. That's fine. And yeah, like I'm reiterating it, but if you're just jumping on and you didn't see the beginning and everything, um, there is no live tonight. We're doing it now. Um, I still need 11 subscribers in order to hit 50 to go live on YouTube. So after this video is done, I will be uploading it to YouTube. So anybody out there watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. If you've subscribed to my channel, great. If you haven't, please do. And if you know family, friends, neighbors, relatives, co-workers, anybody that goes on YouTube or whatever, ask them if they would subscribe to my live. Even if, they don't plan on watching me, it would just help me get up to that 50 and then I can go live. And I've had some people ask me, well, why do you want to go live so bad? Why? Why? Because what is the purpose of this whole channel? Putting God first, telling people about Jesus. And I feel like if I'm alive, I can reach more people. That's why I'm so adamant about wanting to be live on YouTube. So it was our goal to do it this year. But that's okay. That's okay. We've only been on YouTube since, let's see, first Thursday in October. So, yeah. So we've been live, well, not live, but we've been on YouTube for about 3 months. And we had 40 subscribers yesterday. Like I said, when I looked today, it said 39. But that happens. Sometimes you lose subscribers. You gain subscribers. It happened to me once before. While I'm on here, though, couple of things I'm thinking of. Check out on here on YouTube, Phoenix Rose 7. That's Phoenix Rose 7. That's my friend Jillian Bothillier's YouTube channel. She has over 400 subscribers. So sometimes she goes live, sometimes it's uploaded from Facebook, whichever. You also can see her on TikTok. That reminds me, I got to ask her what a TikTok channel is, because I honestly don't know. I don't really go on TikTok. I do have a TikTok account, but let's just put it this way. I never go on TikTok. And actually, I don't even know the name of my own account on TikTok. That's how long it's been since I've been on TikTok. But, catch her on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Also, Endless Jewels Boutique. Check that out. She's a paparazzi consultant, and she sells paparazzi. It's $8 plus tax. Shipping is a flat rate of $5. And first-time buyers get free shipping off their first order up to 10 pieces. So usually she goes live usually between 6 and 6:30, I want to say. Sometimes it's a little after 6:30. Sometimes it's a little after 6 or whatever. But between 6 and 7, let's put it that way, Eastern Standard Time. In that time frame, she goes out. She goes on live for paparazzi. She's on there quite frequently, not every day, but most days. Just check her out. And she's one of my friends. I've known her for like 30 years. In fact, we met at church, Central Assembly of God in Oregon. That's how I even know her and her family. So there's that. And then I have a friend, Sarah and Chris. They live in California, and they used to sell paparazzi. They no longer do, but they still have thousands of pieces of inventory. They're not getting anything new in because they're no longer with paparazzi, but because they're no longer with paparazzi, that means they can sell it at whatever price point they want. So that's Kingdom of Blingdom. Go check that out. But if you're looking for new pieces, you'd have to check out Endless Jewels Boutique. So yeah, I believe sharing is caring. Tell everybody about. I do help admin on Endless Jewels Boutique, and I used to be an admin over on Kingdom of Blingdom when they did their lives. I don't think they're doing any more lives anymore because the last time they went live, if my memory serves me correctly, was back in August, September, something like that. It's been a while. So yeah, just check that out. And what else we got on here? Hello, Jess. How are you? Gotta go. Uncle Jim is now doing all the... Hold on, let me see. Doing all the cooking that I can't do, and he needs some help. God bless you guys. Okay, please say hello to Uncle Jim for us. That would be great. And we love you guys. And I'll talk to you next year. Take care. I love you guys. Let's see. Yeah, see, I have these people on, but up top it's not showing me how many are viewing. So I have no idea. Does it show anybody on your end, Tanya? Because it doesn't on my end. All it says is live, and how long does it say live for? 42 minutes. So we got about 18 minutes to go. I'm sorry if, again, we're not doing the live tonight. Like I said, the weather, and plus Facebook's strict copyright thing with music, and all that stuff. But, these lives, like the Christmas Eve live, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve live we're doing now, and then the New Year's Day live tomorrow and everything, these were kind of like last minute things to do. So I didn't prepare the best for them. I probably could have done better, and I apologize for that. But next year at this time, we'll make up for it. So yeah, anybody that's on here, even if you're watching the replay, say hello, where you're from, and if you want to tell us resolutions and all that type of stuff, go right ahead. I go back and watch my videos, and I usually comment back to people if I'm able to. Yeah, I don't see any either, Tanya, but that's okay. Not a big deal. So yeah, usually, if you're not familiar with going on here, usually I'll whatever topic we're talking about, I'll go on Google. That's usually the place I go to find out information, and I'll type in whatever the topic is. What does the Bible say about it, or and read that, talk about that, and yeah, Talk Point Sunday. I keep forgetting because we haven't started it yet. This Sunday, we are going to start Talk Point Sunday. It's going to be a time of prayer, it's a time of devotion, and I'm looking forward to that. Now, when it comes to like Talk Point Thursday, I never know what time I'm going to be live that day because it all depends if I have errands to run or all this other stuff, and if I don't have errands to run, then whatever, but I've gone live on Thursdays in the morning. Usually it's in the afternoon. There's been times I've gone on at night. Same thing with Talk Point Sunday. I don't have a set time, but I am leaning more towards early afternoon to the late afternoon slot, because I realize in the morning people sleep in. Not everybody, but a lot of people get ready to go to church. Hold on one second. I am back. Sorry about that. It was just my roommate had to tell me something real quick. So, anyways, like I said, you never know what's going to happen on the live. I'm thinking 2026. Because usually what we do is, I go on Thursdays. We have a topic to talk about, and then that's about it. I'm thinking maybe we should incorporate some stuff in. I'm thinking maybe 1 week I'll go live from. Hold on one second. Sorry. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So what was I talking about? See how quickly my memory goes? Oh boy. Hey Tanya, what was I talking about? I honestly don't remember. Sometimes I get sidetracked real easily, and if I do, I go back to do what I'm doing, and I'm like, what was I doing? What was I talking about? I honestly don't even remember what I was discussing at that particular time. Oh, never mind. I remember. Yeah, I'm thinking about, changing it up a little bit, make things, more exciting. A lot of people ask me, and actually I should say this first before I say what I was going to say. A lot of people ask me, why do you play the certain music that you do for certain posts or whatever? And the reason being is some of them are like upbeat, and to me, a lot of times, especially if somebody doesn't know Jesus or whatever, they come across the thing and they just read it. And if I'm playing kind of like somber, music type deal, whatever, it's not going to really pop out. You know what I mean? I want to play music that's going to boom, put it into overdrive, and get their attention, So that's why I do it, just get people's attention and make it more exciting and something different. And, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But like I was saying, 1 week we'll do a live from say during the summertime, we'll do a live from the beach, or we'll do a live in the Walmart parking lot. Just like different scenery, different whatever, show you different things, especially if you've never been to Florida or if you've never been down to Florida. Like I said, if we go live from the beach, I can show you the ocean and the palm trees and, stuff like that, and I think that would be fun. And like I said before, if you have any ideas for topics, places we could go, things we could do, whether you're Facebook or your YouTube. Facebook, you can leave a comment here or message me or my wife. And if it's YouTube, it's probably best if you just leave it in the comments. I have said before on YouTube, look me up on Facebook and stuff like that. But I've had a few people do that and they ran into issues where they couldn't find me or whatever. So I said, you know what? Just leave it in the comments. That will work. So yeah, and originally for the first year we were just Facebook. And now we're into our second year of Facebook. But I decided to add YouTube to it. Different platform, And I'm thinking once, we hit the first week in October, first Thursday in October, it'll be 2 years for Facebook, 1 year for YouTube. By then, I would think we'd be live on YouTube. Then maybe I'll add another platform. Maybe I'll add TikTok. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'll add Instagram or, one of those other apps or something or whatever. Because I feel like as we go along, we can grow. And I want to be able to grow, to the point where I'm not just talking to a few people. I want to be talking to hundreds and thousands of people about Jesus Christ, about putting God first. Because you know what? It says in the Bible that as Christians, that's one of your responsibilities. Now, it's kind of like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. In other words, you could tell people about Jesus, and they may not accept Jesus. But that ain't on you. What's on you is telling people about Jesus. As long as you do that, you're good. Whether they go with him or they don't, that's between them and the Lord. But, like I said, you got to do your part first. And I'm trying to do mine. And we'll just see where it goes. We're probably close to the end here, I'm thinking. Yep, we got a few minutes left. And like I said, after this live is done, I will upload it to YouTube. And then I got to go see my roommate for a few minutes. And then me and Tanya got to go run some errands before, I think certain stores might be closing down for the evening and reopening the next day. Certain stores, they're having their regular hours. Depends on where you're going. And it depends on the state, too, because, say, for example, Walmart here in Florida, say they close at 6 and they're going to reopen tomorrow morning. Well, that doesn't mean the Walmart in Connecticut is closing at 6. They might be closing at 8. Or maybe they're closing regular hours or whatever. Remember when Walmart used to be 24 hours and then COVID happened and then they got rid of the whole 24-hour thing? And here we are. Over 5, almost 6 years later from the time COVID started. And as far as I know, no Walmart has gone back to the 24-hour thing. I think they figured out they were kind of losing money because they had to pay for the lights to be on, They had to pay for, well, of course the coolers are going to stay on whether they're open or closed. But, they were paying workers, and if you only have 1 or 2 people come in buying groceries, you're not making any money, you're losing money. So I think that's probably why they didn't go back. Just out of curiosity, Tanya, do you see anybody making comments or here, because the last comment I have on my screen is from you. No, I don't see any numbers for viewers on my end. Yeah, it says 2:59 in that clock, but we still technically, I'm at 54 minutes and 45 seconds on here. So we're going to be live for another 5 minutes. And I'm sorry I haven't really had much to really talk about. It's kind of been repeating the same things and stuff. But like I've said before, I do that a lot because, well, not only am I always repeating things, but I also, think, if somebody doesn't see the beginning of the live and they hop on in the middle of the live or 3/4 into the live or a quarter into the live or the end of the live, whatever, and they don't go back and rewatch it, I want them to be able to hear it from when the time they pop on. So that's why I repeat a lot. But anyways, excuse me, my lips are dry. I think I'm going to have to get some chapstick or ask my wife for a thing of actually she offered me a thing of chapstick several days ago, and I said no. Well, I think I'm going to say yes because my lips are chapped. Either that or just get one at the store. So I want to thank you all on Facebook for hopping on whenever you did, commenting whenever you did. I want to thank you all for that. And anybody here that's watching on YouTube, I want to thank all the subscribers, anyone that's left comments, and like I said, share. Just tell everybody about my YouTube channel, and that way we can get more subscribers and more people hearing about Jesus. And the more people that are hearing about Jesus, I'm hoping to create a domino effect. I speak on here, 2 or 3 people listen, and then they go tell their friends and family, and then their friends and family go tell their friends and family, and it's a domino effect, a ripple, That's what I'm trying to create. That's what I want to happen. But it ain't going to happen unless we continue to grow. So like I said, please, if you haven't, please subscribe, at least, check it out. Like I said, I do apologize. Nothing fancy, no fireworks or whatever during this New Year's Eve spectacular live. But like I said, next year is a whole new year, and I got some ideas that I'm thinking about doing in the new year. It's going to be fun. It really is. I believe in making, I guess I could say, people that don't have Jesus in their lives, or people that are like, well, I don't know, and stuff. I like to make it fun, because it attracts people, and then once they really hear about Jesus, that's what I'm trying to do, if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to say a closing prayer, and then when we hit the hour, we'll be letting you all go, and then I will see you all tomorrow for the very first Talk Point Thursday of 2026. Dear Lord, I thank you for this time. I thank you for everybody watching the live, everybody watching the replay. Be with them all, Lord, as we close out 2025 and as we go in to 2026. Any New Year's resolutions, goals, things they want to accomplish during 2026, whatever that is, I pray that all their dreams come true. And I just, if you've had a really bad year out there, everyone, things just didn't go right. Like I said, 2026 will be better. I really believe that. I believe a lot of good is going to happen in 2026. And even if there's bad, hey, that's normal. There's always bumps in the road. But the key is getting over those bumps with Jesus Christ in your life. We love you, we praise you, we thank you, and we give you all the praise and the glory. In Jesus' precious name, amen, amen. All right, so we're at 59 minutes and 18 seconds. I'm going to let you all go. I hope you all have a great day. a great rest of the week, great weekend, great week next week. And join me tomorrow for Talk Point Thursday, very first Talk Point Thursday of the year. And we'll be talking about goals and accomplishments and resolutions and all that type of stuff tomorrow. So take care. God bless. If you're going to drink tonight, because I know a lot of people do that on New Year's Eve, make sure you have a designated driver. Don't drink and drive. It's not worth it. So just be safe. Have fun. You know, say goodbye to 2025. Say hello to 2026. And let's put 2026 into overdrive. You know, let's we mean business, in other words. So, I see my Aunt Sylvia hopping on. Hi, Aunt Sylvia. We're actually just closing. Feel free to go back and watch the replay. Happy New Year to you. And let's see. Yep, we just hit the hour mark. All right, take care. God bless. Just keep swimming. Never give up. Like I always say, just keep swimming. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you next year. Bye-bye.